Hey, everybody, how's it going? I just uh, last month. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded anything, but last month has been kind of hectic for me. But I want to get this out of the way because it's been on my mind, especially given if you watched, like me, you watched the NASCAR Cup race at Phoenix on Fox yesterday, and doubtless you heard during the race Mike Joy make a remark about keyboard warriors, because of course people are still complaining about cautions, or not cautions, people are still complaining about commercials during the race. Now, yes, this is a bit of a rant because I understand, because first of all, I understand that in this day and age, there's there's quite a few, services available. I know Peacock's one of them, even though I don't use it, that lets you watch the race with no commercials. And you know what? If you can afford to do that and watch races like that every weekend, that's great. But that's great. If you're having fun with that, and again, you can afford that. You do you. But a lot of people were very upset, first with Mike Joy for breaking down how the amount of race time that was consumed by commercials during the Daytona 500, and now people are upset with Mike Joy again for the whole keyboard warriors thing during the race yesterday. First of all, I think people should know by now you don't want to mess with Mike Joy, partially because he's been covering NASCAR probably for much longer than you've been alive, than I've been alive. I know, and secondly, you know, I understood during all the complaints during the 500, because that's the most important race of the year. It's the biggest race of the year. You know, I don't like seeing people nearly wreck going 200 mile an hour. But that's the kind of thing that I expect to see during the 500. And now we're few more weeks into the season, and people are still complaining about it. It's like, okay, just get over yourselves. I mean, first, I'm going to assume this isn't the first time you've sat down in front of your television, or you brought up YouTube TV or whatever you're using to watch the races every weekend, and you've probably sat through millions, thousands of commercials in your life, for as long as you've been able to sit in front of a TV or use something like YouTube TV, that I know still does commercials. But, and again, I understand that there's all these streaming services available where you can eliminate commercials entirely, but you have to understand, it's for as long as there's been television, for as long as there's been broadcast media, there's been commercials. I mean, I dislike commercials as much as the next person, like the extent I don't even watch commercials anymore. like 99 times out of 100, I will just, you see, this factors into my next point. The mute button, if the mute button on your television remote, or the mute button on your video playback, is a thing that exists, right? You know, if if you if you don't want to watch the commercials, then don't. You don't have to. You don't have to. You know. You just on your TV remote, most likely big block letters that says mute, and you can mute the TV for the duration, or you can mute your playback for the duration of the commercial, and when the race comes back on, you can unmute. And it's like, hey, technology enables us to do that, just like it enables us to watch the race from our living room and not shill out a bunch of money for tickets. But anyway, people are idiots. I mean, maybe, I mean, I can understand this time. I can understand where people are coming from, because when you have too many, commercials, cutting into the action, it gets really intrusive. And when they introduce the whole, side by side commercial, where they have the race on the one side of the screen and the commercials on the other side of the screen, that was a great idea, because it really stinks, coming back from the full screen commercial, and something really big has happened, and you have to find out, in a replay. It's like, I understand that, but people hawking on it every week is getting really annoying. And they're being really mean to I mean, part of that is, I mean, that's not the Mike Joy, Clint Boyer, and that Danica in the booth this yesterday. They're not responsible for commercials. Their bosses are responsible for the commercials. And I mean, yeah, and I will admit, I don't like commercials as much as the next person, but they're a necessary and inescapable part of television, as long as we have television as a means of broadcasting. And honestly, if you were offended by the whole keyboard warriors thing, I don't know, maybe like maybe like Mike said, you're maybe not. Well, Mike didn't say that, and Mike Joy didn't say that himself. But a bunch of people was like, hey, if you were offended by the whole keyboard warriors thing, maybe you're a part of the issue, because you're hawking on it every week. Anyway, I guess that wraps up this little rant. I understand. I just wanted to offer my perspective. I've been watching NASCAR for over 10 years now, and my position on the racing and the broadcast method has evolved during those 10 years. And I don't know, and I think I know enough to know when when a bunch of people are acting like morons, about something that even the faces of the broadcast can't control, right? So anyway, I hope you got some enjoyment out of the rant, and I hopefully will be back with semi-regular uploads. I've just been really busy with school, and I've run out of ideas. I have honestly run out of ideas. Anyway, hopefully you'll all have a good time zone wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.